Hi students, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So you all already know what happened in Georgia, Appalachia, right? And I am seeing so many things, especially from this little boy's parents or family members coming out to say, why would that boy be tried as an adult? Like, are you people okay? That's that little child, you all let him spoil, like you all spoiled on alive people, and you are asking why would he be tried as an adult? Something must really be wrong with some of you, because if all you are thinking is just him being tried and not the people that lost their lives. I mean, people's children, somebody's mother, somebody's husband, somebody's wife, right? Now, we all already have been saying the danger this Pe0ple has been causing for a lot of time. What happened to Pe0ple control? For how long are kids going to go to school and they will go to school and at the same time be scared? Parents are scared sending their children to school because they might end up not coming back home. How long is that going to continue? Now, for the parents that decided that at 13 years, that the only thing they could do for their child was to get a Pe0ple for the child, I hope you all never come out where people will see you, because you deserve to smell that rod. Let's get into this.
In regards to the mass shooting that happened in Georgia, why is it that a news publication posted a story and headline that says a 14-year-old suspect, Colt Gray, was arrested, and then showed an image of one of the victims, who happens to be the only black victim? See, there were four victims: Mason Schermerhorn, Christian Angulo, Christina Irmi, and Richard Aspinwall. Somehow, someway, when that publication published their story, the thumbnail that was chosen was of Mason, one of the victims. And whoever tweeted this story out knew that and still mentioned the person who did the shooting, which would cause people who aren't going to click on the article, which is most people, to assume that this young black boy, rest in peace, was the one who did the shooting. And because the media subconsciously teaches us through the news and through TVs and movies by showing us as criminals and thugs more than any other group, when we see images like this paired with headlines like that, we'll have a case of confirmation bias. Meaning, because we were already programmed to associate blackness with criminality, we won't bat an eye or second guess that this might be the wrong image when we see a headline such as that connected to a shooting. And you might be wondering, like, yo, who is this 14-year-old child named Colt Gray who did this mass shooting? Well, on Twitter, X, whatever, Elon's app, when you put in Colt Gray, nothing comes up. You can only find results when you put in his first name, Colt. And the only reason we have a picture of this 14-year-old boy now is because someone who was in third grade with him posted a yearbook picture. So this is him at like probably 8 or 9 years old. And need I remind you that Colt Gray was taken alive. He was arrested. Now, what do you think would have happened if Mason did that? Rest in peace to all the victims.
So as I sit here trying not to kill my fucking computer because Zoom is acting like Zoom, a news flash flashed over my news thing. The father of the killer, the 14-year-old killer from yesterday, who killed 2 adults and 2 students in a high school in Georgia, was charged with involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder. But the more of this story that comes out, the more angry I get. And I mean that sincerely. The more of this story that comes out, the angrier I get. Because you see, last year, this kid made threats online so bad that the Federal Bureau of Investigations and the Sheriff's Department had to come out and talk to both the father and the son. And how was the son rewarded for making these online threats enough to where the FBI and the Sheriff's Department showed up at their front door? Well, Daddy went out and bought him an AR-15. for Christmas. The kid was 13 years old. Say, for the anti-soy boy beta male simp cuck crowd, can I ask you a question? Is this what you want your sons to turn into? For all you guys that are running around here teaching your children muzzle discipline and the capacity of the magazine, how many of you men have taught your son that it's okay to cry? Oh, I'm sorry, that soy boy beta male shit, right? Controlling your emotions and allowing them to happen because you're a fucking human being. We can't teach our son that, but we can damn sure teach him how to knock off a buck at 150 yards. And then we can teach him how to bully other children who they also call soy boy beta male cucks. And then eventually just take a weapon into school and end them. How many of you mothers are perpetuating that bullshit that is taught to both your sons and by extension your daughters? How many of you are perpetuating that as well? You know, boys don't cry, stand up straight, be a man. We're not raising pussies in this house. How many of you are doing that? So when your child is a bully to other weaker students, according to you, how many of you say, that's my boy or that's my girl? How many of you are teaching your sons all the ways of war and bloodshed, but in no way, shape, form, or fashion are you teaching them conflict resolution? How to be in touch with their emotions, that it's okay to show more emotions other than hate and lust. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't even talk about lust, can we? You'll shove a Bible in their hands and tell them not to touch their no-no parts until they're 40. And heaven forbid your teachers try to teach them history or biology or anything like that. You want to pull them out of school because you don't have that being taught in your house, but you do teach them how to murder, don't you? And you're not raising no soy boy cuck beta male. No, you're just raising the next available mass unaliver. And then you give them the weapons in which they're going to use to do this. Look at the Quambleys. Remember them? Ethan's mom and dad, who knew what Ethan was going to do, did not take any precautions whatsoever to make sure that Ethan has no weapons to do this, and then was texting him, don't do it, before he did it, and unalived his fellow classmates and teachers. Look at that. But Ethan Quambley wasn't a beta cuck male, was he? Look at how heroic you motherfuckers turned Kyle Rittenhouse into. Kyle Rittenhouse literally will always be known as the man, well, he's a man now, but he was a kid, who took the life of 2 human beings. And y'all celebrated him. Gave him a big old opening at CPAC instead of shaming him for the murderer that he is. But that's okay, because he wasn't a beta male cuck. And why wasn't his mother charged as an accessory to a crime? Why wasn't she charged? Oh, I forgot. She had it hard. Where is his punk ass father? Where was his father at? Do you remember the shooter at the Q Club in Colorado? Do you remember what his dad said? He was more concerned on whether or not his son was gay than he was the fact that he went into a club for LGBTQIA plus youth and killed people. But I forgot. We live in a time that we don't want to raise any beta cuck males. Look at China. Look at Russia. Why are we looking at them? Do you think that is every Chinese person being raised as these super strong super soldiers? No. They have love and affection over there. And you know the one thing they don't have? Mass unalivings. But I forgot, y'all like Russia. You know, where everybody just comes out of the Siberian cold, just cold pieces of granite. And you think that's where your sons, and by extension, your daughter should be. Your daughter better not bring home a beta cuck male. She better not even be gay. Because heaven fucking forbid all of that, right? You who think that the AR-15 should have more rights than a woman in this country, you have fantasized and fetishized the gun over and over and over again. And every single time, it comes back to what the gun does. It only has one purpose, and that is to maim or kill. And it makes a really good Christmas present for your emotionally detached sons. And the idea of being a responsible gun owner, what the fuck is that? Why would you lock them up? Because that's too much freedom being locked away, and the criminals might have weapons. Guess who's the criminal now? That kid that lived in your house. That kid that you emotionally crippled and taught him nothing but the weapons of war. That daughter who you emotionally crippled and taught her how to use a weapon and nothing else. They're ignorant about what their body can do. They're ignorant about the changes that their body's going to make. They're ignorant about the history of the country they swear up and down they love so fucking much. They're ignorant because you chose to make them that way. But you damn sure taught them how to shoot, though, didn't you? And when inevitably these soon-to-be bullies are unleashed on the rest of the world, and you being an irresponsible motherfucker from jump, you leave your weapons everywhere, and then they bother to take them someplace, or they might end up hurting their friends, their family, or another loved one. Then what? Thoughts and prayers. Time to start talking to ourselves. Some of you fathers will teach your child muzzle discipline and trigger pull before you even say, I love you, son. I'm proud of you. And what ends up happening inevitably? They end up killing someone or someones. I think every parent who has any hand in buying their child a weapon like that, if that child goes and commits a crime, that parent should be arrested for the same crime. This father bought this child a weapon at 13 years old. And then a little under a year later, he unalives 2 adults and 2 students. But I'm pretty sure his father is sitting in jail tonight saying, at least I didn't raise a beta cuck soy boy. Y'all made fun of Gus Walls for being proud of his father having a full relationship because you called him a soy boy. I'm pretty sure the families that lost loved ones at these shootings would much rather have had a Gus Walls type person rather than the person that took the lives of their family members. I'm almost willing to bet that. Take a bow, parents. You ain't shit, and you're raising killers in your own fucking house.
I don't know about you guys For You page, but I'm having several students from the Appalachian school pop up on my For You page and tell their firsthand accounts, and it's... There are several things I want to say about this. One is, if you guys keep saying thoughts and prayers, God, please protect these children, Jesus, please protect these children, how long are y'all going to keep saying that? The thoughts and prayers are not working. God is not protecting these children. Because is he protecting them just on the off day when they're not getting shot? Is he picking and choosing which day he's going to protect these children? And then maybe he's taking a break the other days when there is a shooter in the school? Or is there just not a shooter in the school? There just doesn't happen to be one. Let's think critically. Because he's not protecting these kids. I mean, this is coming from an agnostic, but I used to believe in God all of 7 months ago. And even then, I knew he was not protecting these kids because it's blatantly obvious. So can we stop saying that? Number 2, for the parents and the kids who keep doing this shit, why don't we have a life for a life? Or a life for several lives? No more prison. What if it was like that? It was a life for a life. And the community got to stone your ass. What about that? What if we brought back public stoning? Because if you want to harm a community just because you have problems at home, I don't give a fuck what problems you have at home. I don't care. You don't get to harm others because of your personal issues. I mean, are we going to have to just start taking things into our own hands? Because clearly, the police, I mean, yes, they stopped the kid, but people already died. 4 people were already gone by then. So the police are investigating people. That's not enough. The FBI is supposedly watching these people, but they're not really preventing things, are they? The shootings are still happening. Nobody wants to change the gun laws. And another thing is, what if the places where these guns are manufactured just, I don't know, stopped being a thing? Like, what if there was like, I don't know, smoke coming from there? What if the building's just like, we're gone? I'm just tired. I'm sick of these things being in the news and us acting like, us acknowledging how horrible it is and then just going about our days until the next one. And it's always a school. It's always, I'm so sick of it. And you don't hear about this in any other country. I'm tired. These kids have issues. I don't care that they're young. I don't care that they're minors. They should be jailed. I don't care if you're making dark humor jokes or if the FBI knows that you're on a list, get them off the list, get them behind bars. Please. They shouldn't have access to any of these weapons. It doesn't even make sense. And who gives their son that kind of weapon as a gift? A psychopath. That's why he's in jail too now. Exactly. That's exactly what you get. Every parent who gifts their kid an assault rifle should be behind bars. Why should you be free to harm the community? Why? You should be stoned. He should be stoned. I don't care. Those teenagers don't get to live anymore. We only have one life. One. That's it. Just one. And they're stripping these people's lives away and ruining their families' lives. And for what? For what? Why? It was literally his second day in the fucking school. Second day. Why would you want to do that? You don't even know anybody yet. You don't even have the ability to get bullied in 2 days. So you can't say that he was bullied. He has issues. You shouldn't be in the public. Get out of the... And I have a niece and 2 nephews who are, one is school age. And then I have a possible niece or nephew on the way. I will take a life for them. I don't need to wait for the police to get there. You will leave this earth. I can't. Oh my God. I don't care. I will go to jail. I will go to jail if it means protecting my family. I can't take this. I don't think we can wait around for policy changes anymore. I don't think that's the answer. I genuinely don't. And another thing, for those of you who want to keep your rights to these weapons, what are you using them for? Because you're never there to protect kids. I never see you there being a hero. Why? Because you can't be. You don't know what these people are planning. And even if you did, would you go and prevent it? Probably not. Let's call a spade a spade. You're just selfish. And a lot of you just want weapons because you think it's a manly thing to do. You want to show that you have a big dick. No, you're just immature and childish. You brandishing a weapon for Instagram is not anything of value. Meanwhile, kids are dying from a similar weapon, and you don't want any policy changes because you want to be able to do what you want to do in your life. Meanwhile, other kids can't even live, can't even go to school because these weapons are readily available to anyone, any and everyone. Give me a break. You can't go through some extra steps. If you love these weapons so much, you can't go through some extra steps to get them? I can't.
So this is all I got from this video, and I took my time to go through the videos that I saw online. And did I forget that to tell you all that the boy's aunt actually made a tweet. If I find the tweet, I definitely will attach it so you all can see. The aunt was saying that how can they try the boy like an adult? Like, she was saying that the boy is just like only 14 years And now my nephew is going to be tried as an adult. Like, why would they do that? Now, this is to tell you how unreasonable and how silly some people are. Lives, somebody ended unalived people. And someone is out there saying that, why would my nephew be tried as an adult? Now, let's get into the parents. It's really quite sad that some parents are losing it. Why did I say that? I am saying that because I do not see a reason why a parent should buy a Pe0ple for a 13-year-old child that is not even old enough to. There is something that I want to say, but I'm going to chill. Right? Why would somebody in his right mind or in his right senses buy Pe0ple for his 13-year-old child? Is that not stupid? Like one of the most stupid, what is it called? One of the most stupid thing anyone can ever hear. Of all things to buy. And knowing the fact that they already talked to the man, the family before, like there was a time the boy tweeted something or wrote something somewhere, and they came to talk to the family. Now, some people are really privileged because if we were people that look like me, we probably might not be privileged to get that visit to talk about the tweet the young boy tweeted or the message he dropped somewhere. We probably will be, they will probably be at the door and we are inside without even anything. Definitely we will be hearing poo from nowhere, maybe 7 or 8, and somebody is already out. I'm sure you understand what I am saying. But this one had the opportunity to be talked to about some certain things he put out. And the fact that you are going to have a child that you don't want to or you cannot even speak to is just really one of the saddest things I hear online. People come out to say, I cannot talk to my daddy. Did he give birth to you or you gave birth to him? I want to know who gave birth to the other. Who gave birth to who? Because what is going on? What is going on? Now, we cannot be going through this every day or every month. School just resumed, right? And we'll still hear more stories. What is happening to Pe0ple? What is it? Control. What happens being that Pe0ple being controlled? Because I do not see how some people have Pe0ple. Are they not already working on Pe0ple control at this point in time with everything going on? We wake up every day, students especially are being unalived. Then now think of it, how are parents even, I am hailing you people out there because I don't see how people are going to send out their kids to school and your heart and everything is also not at rest. Like, how long is it going to continue happening? And you all can also do yourselves good because if there is Pe0ple control, a lot will definitely reduce. And I am holding the parents, like every other person said that if something like this ever happened, your parents give you something like Pe0ple, and when you are not even old, if anything happens, they should be held them all accountable, both father and mother. I think by that, a lot will actually reduce. Because tell me how the little boy got hold of that and went to school with it. Man, there are some stories that we shouldn't be telling, like in a whole school. I see the students, the survivors, they are being very sad, they are being traumatized and all that. So now it means parents should take their kids also to therapy because what in the nonsense did they witness? See, I don't know how your child will be bigger than you. I have never heard that. Not even an adult. This one is just 13 years old. Sorry, 14 years. Is all bigger than you. Are you okay? Eh? Are you people really doing your duties, or you just, having babies? Man, it's really sad. And for the person that started like the video, it's really very sad how I saw the media trying to use this black boy as the person that they did pew in school. I mean, you all can do better, medias. You all can do better. And most of them refuse to even put the boy's face, but rather they put other people's faces. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.